Fala galera, estamos começando mais um episódio da série Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. E vamos lá, né?
Greetings.
Deixa eu ver aqui, ó. Carpinteiro.
I need something repaired. Show me your way.
Esse aqui é o dano que ele dá, né? Quer dizer, te dá, eu acho que é.
Maybe next time, Dan.
Tem essas pedrinhas, né, que dá pra gente afiar. Melhora a pedra de molar. Você pode consertar suas armas perfurantes e cortantes afiando-as na pedra de molar. Assim você evitará despesas com ferramentas e o serviço de reparo. Processo de afiação. Mova cuidadosamente a lâmpada da espada pela roda, mantendo o ângulo correto. Pressione o espaço para girar a pedra de molar para mover a arma na pedra de molar. Se o body fire isca de lâmina, sinal que você está afiando corretamente. Se sair fumaça da lâmina, você está destruindo. Quando a arma estiver perfeita, afiada, e avisará. Dá pra girar, deixa eu ver aqui. Vamos ver e girar, né?
All right, done.
Deixa eu ver como é que tá aqui. Chega no 100, ó. Agora sim. No 1 achar mais difícil, né? Vou entrar aqui. Eita, não posso entrar aqui. O que é que tá... Não tinha vendido isso. Acho que eu tinha vendido. Aqui por baixo, né?
Greetings, my friend. This could use...
Não, na verdade eu quero vender.
Show me your...
Dá pra
I'd like to
pechinchar.
do something about... But of course.
Vamos ver aqui. Ele quer pagar... Não, aqui, 6.1.
How's this?
We're getting close. Very well then. Thank you and take care.
Beleza. Falar com o gato. O gato tá lá na casa dos infernos. Nova atividade. Aqui. Entrei na festa de casamento, Ju Ferreiro. Eu vou um pouquinho mais pra cá, né? Sim, vai nada.
Henry, good to see you.
Caso esse aqui é o comerciante.
I wanted to ask you, what's on the other side of that nearest hill? I'm not from here, and I'd like to get my bearings. You look like a merchant to me, so you probably know best.
Ja, natürlich, you are not from here. Everyone around here knows that, after what happened in Betty's Tavern. Aber das ist deine Sache. That is your business, lad. Also, what do you want to know?
Where can I find a church round here? I'm surprised you don't even have a small chapel in the village.
If you want. Die Rettung deiner Seele, junger Mann. You have to go through the forest to Aujetz and to St. Catharinen. Herr von Berger does have a chapel in his castle, but it's not for commoners like you. We do not go there either. Und warum auch? The gravedigger Ignatius takes care of burials outside the village, and weddings usually take place without a local priest. No one wants to pay the church more than they have to. Das ist ja wohl klar.
Can I find other merchants around here?
Zum Glück nicht, junger Mann. I'm the only merchant here around, Trusky. Oh, natürlich. There are plenty of tradesmen here who sell their goods. There is Bartosz, the tailor. He lives at the other end of the village. The apothecary, Emmerich, lives across from me. They are a hand and glove, or more like hat.
What do you mean by that?
Nichts weiter. Just that they play at being educated men along with the scribe Geibel. They are always studying some Latin tracts. But of the three, perhaps only Geibel knows Latin, if he really does at all.
Is there anyone else?
Oh, yeah. Beyond the tailor's house on the edge of the village is where Bashka the butcher lives. Opposite the Rathaus is the carpenter. The rest of the villagers are just peasants, and you are already familiar with the tavern.
Is there anything I should avoid around?
Certainly. Stirring up trouble and sticking your nose here in the village, we don't care much for outsiders. If any do come, they...
I understand that, but we were ambushed by bandits. So I wanted to ask if you know anything about...
Ach so, ich verstehe. The woods have been full of all manner of revelries, and that is all because of the war.
So you've already heard about these?
About those ones in particular, or about others. They are all just gleichen Scheißkerle. Every time I go to the town, the bailiff must send an armed escort with me. It makes life difficult.
So the roads aren't safe?
Ja, das kann man wohl sagen. Herr von Bergo should do something about it at last. But Herr Otto spends more time in Prague than here, and Chamberlain Ulrich...
Where do you go for wares?
The closer is Sobotka, the biggest Gichin, what you call Gichin. And farther north there is Turnov. Half of that one belongs to Herr von Bergo.
Is it far?
Das kommt darauf an. It takes all day on foot. Wenn du was brauchst, the goods I have here will have to do you. I do not think you will get to the top.
Show me your way. I'd like to discuss the
Goods. Nein, so I'm done, Hag.
Nossa.
Thank you, and take care.
Tá. Eu tava tentando conseguir alguma missãozinha aqui, né? Mas por enquanto não tá rolando. Acho que eu vou ter que ir pra cá, né? Nova missão. Deixa eu ver se todas as missões estão marcadas aqui. Tá. Tem aqui o moleiro e o ferreiro, né? Deixa eu ajeitar essa calça aqui, né? Que ela tá todo cagada aí. Agora o jogo ficou mais bonito ainda.
Greetings.
Você pensa que não tem como ficar melhor, os caras acertam a mão mais ainda. Cadê aqui? Acho que tá de boa.
I'd like to discuss.
But of course.
How's this?
Look,
Is this enough?
that's all. Great. Come back anytime, friend.
Valeu.
Innkeeper, a beer!
É com ela que eu tenho que falar.
Have you come to break some more stuff? If you want something, wait till I stop
Tá,
being angry.
entendi que você tá com raiva. Pra lá. Sim, deixa eu ver aqui que eu acho que ganhei um nível aqui de eloquência. Caralho, é coisa pra caralho, né? Olha os atributos, eloquência, né? Mais 4 ao pechinchar, facilitando a negociação. Acrescento mais dinheiro ao vender armas, armaduras ou roupas em condições quase perfeitas, né? Eu acho que eu vou botar esse da lábia. Artesanato. Isso aqui eu gostei, hein? Nossa, se você usar botas consertadas por você mesmo, correr rápido custará 25 menos de vigor. Armaduras e roupas consertadas por você com kit armeiro fazem menos barulho a seus olhos. Eu acho que eu vou botar essa aqui. Equitação. A furtividade. Essa espada que eu tô aqui é uma espada o quê? Para curta, né? Vamos lá. Cara, que jogo bonito da porra. Vou falar isso umas 30 vezes, eu acho. Isso aqui é a cara. Eu tomei cabreiro. Então eu vou salvar aqui. Eu tô sentindo que aqui é a cara de uma emboscada. Tem um cavalo? Não, tem um cavalo. Tem uma casinha aqui, né? No R. Olha. Acho que eu vou tentar, hein? Ó, arrombamento. Você pode começar a arrombar segurando E se estiver com a gasa no inventário. Use o tamanho do cursor para encontrar a posição correta da gasa. O cursor ficará dourado quando você estiver no local certo. Comece a girar o cadeado com D e mantenha a gasa na posição certa. A dificuldade depende da complexidade do cadeado, né? Gira até o cadeado se abrir. Mas tome cuidado de girar um cadeado quando a gasa não está na posição correta. Fazer quebrar, né? Ó, é quando ele dá o brilhinho aqui. É aqui então. Aqui no Maria. É porque essa aqui é média, né? Ou não dá, né, amigo? Deixa quieto. Tá demais. Vou voltar aqui pra estradinha. Acho que é o castelo, né, de Otto von Burgo. O cara jogou esterco em Hans. Chegando, chegando. Tá show.
Hail!
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Go over to the anvil. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up bit by bit. Try poking it around for a bit.
Aí você pode mover a
Now
peça.
get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows.
Ah, tá. Deixa aqui. Só pro ar.
You can tell the temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw color we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing.
Peraí, calma aí. Aqui também, aí, pronto.
The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it.
Tá, aqui eu movo.
Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times.
Na porradinha, eu seguro e bato, né?
See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other.
Good day.
Good to see you.
Very nice. You're doing just fine.
How's your
But when I
sister?
say evenly,
Fine.
I mean it.
Why
A sword
not?
has two sides,
heard she was
like
sick.
a lot of other
I
things,
just wanted to know if she's feeling
including
better.
myself.
It was nothing.
Turn it over
Just a
and
slight
continue on
cold.
the other side.
Aye, and Anne would be calling for the priest, but women are made of stronger stuff.
I'll drop by and visit her sometime then.
Feel free. You're no longer in mortal danger.
Well,
Nice.
done.
Now try forging it on both
Until we meet
sides.
again.
The closer
I wish
it
you
is
well.
to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway.
Tá. Beleza, eu tenho que sair daqui. Virar a peça.
Henry, when you've got a workpiece heated up, you can't just stand there and gape at it.
Não, tá, e aí? Eu tenho
It's
que...
cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Hear that? Besides the spark, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. That's the ring you want. the ring you want. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. That's some nice whistling. It's easier to forge to a rhythm, isn't it? Keep on whistling. Make sure you keep up the tempo. Very nice. I see you know how to keep on rhythm.
É, que eu acho que esfriou aqui, tem que...
There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking.
Qualidade 2, né?
Right. Let's have a look. Well, I've seen better blades, but it's not complete rubbish. I could give you a chance. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
How do I know a good strike from a bad?
By the sparks that fly up. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
What good does it do me to...
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
What's the right way to heat up the workpiece?
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color should be the same everywhere, if your forging's going to be even. The main thing is, don't work it cold. You just ruin it. But don't overheat it either. As soon as sparks start to fly off it in the furnace, take it out.
Why should I forge even?
If you keep hammering the same spot, you'll never finish it. You'll just fuck it up. But jumping from one end to the other ain't a good idea neither. You'd end up working unevenly. The best thing to do is aim each strike next to the one before.
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing, the more precise the shape it will have.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. They can't afford it neither.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house, there are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed, and you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody'll steal them.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them, though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right. Here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
A vantagem de ter sua própria cama é que ela está sempre disponível e dormir nela salva o jogo automaticamente. É possível conseguir mais camas em outras fases da história, não deixa nem eu ler, caceta. Tem minha caminha onde? Aqui? Vamos pegar o kit, avental. Que mais? Mais alguma coisa aqui? Kit de ferreiro. Luz de couro, vou usar essa luva aqui. Avental de couro. Só que diminuir, né? Das armas. É que eu tô tá melhor as duas na espada de caça, porque a outra também tá meio coisada ali. Eita! Um monte de coisa aqui, ó. Se está disponível lá do caramba. Tá. Mais alguma coisa aqui? Deixa eu ver aqui. Agora eu fiquei curioso. Escudo eu já sei que eu não vou usar, porque não é meu estilo. Deixa eu pegar aqui. Balestra de Artemis, menino. Tá aqui na segunda. Dados de caça. Tem quanto? Tem 40, né? Agora deixa eu ver aqui. Tem esse aqui. Que eu já vou vender, né? Eita, que legal, gostei. Casaco de ninho, rodeira bisneto não é, que segundo a lenda possui um manto de Adão. Deixa eu ver, botas de mestre caçador e... calças, eu vou usar assim porque me dá mais proteção aqui, né? Esta acho que dá pra vender. Eita aí. Deixa eu ver aqui. Entre na festa de casamento com a ajuda do ferreiro. Tá. Aqui é a nova missão.
Good to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Aqui tem vendedora. Oba, taverna. Estamos ali.
Blessings. Why the long face?
I've just got this nasty premonition.
Show me your wares.
Why are you wasting my time?
Deixa eu ver aqui a saciedade. Aproveitar pra. Eita, bicho.
I'm afraid it'll go bad on me soon. Someone should really do something about
Greetings to you.
It's forward not to help each other.
Right. It's a deal. We'll go ahead and tell Fran.
You're having problems with the Jelliavites?
Not just me, my friend. They're the biggest bastards around. They've been nothing but trouble for years. The winter before last, they piled snow in front of everyone's doors at night, so no one could get out of their house. And last year, they broke into my cellar and pissed in my beer barrel.
Gracious. I hope you got your aim back on them.
Not yet, no. But since you're here, I've got a plan you could help me out with. I'd pay you well. You can count on that.
What exactly would you like me to do?
Don't worry. I won't make you do any shoveling or pissing anything. But I'll tell you exactly what I have in mind, only after you promise to help me. I'd hate to reveal my plan, only for you to go off and tell the Jelliavites right away.
All right. I'll help you.
Listen up then. Old Albram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Jelliov, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is, the finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective too. Now I mean you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Albram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village, but you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
All right then. Albram's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
Albram's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught. Why do you and the Zhelyov lot hate each other so much, anyway?
It's their fault. They keep playing tricks on us. Albram's the worst of them all. The nasty old codger. He's always coming up with ways to mess with us. He's the one that stole our pasture.
What pasture did they steal from you?
The one that stretches from the orchard behind the Takov down to the gamekeeper's lodge. It's been ours since time immemorial, but the Zhelyevites took it from us.
And how did they take it from you? You can't exactly stuff a pasture in your purse and walk away with it.
Save the jokes, will you? This is fucking serious. There's a tree down by the gamekeeper's lodge that marks the edge of our land. My father, God rest his soul, was there when they agreed on it. He got a proper arse-kicking so he'd remember it. And remember it he did. But then fucking Albram came along, claiming it was the other way around. And that pasture belonged to Zhelyov.
Well, Can't you all just reach some kind of agreement?
Do you think we haven't tried? But there's no talking to the Geliovites. Year after year we meet in that pasture. I tell it like it was, but Oldbrum always starts spewing his lies. Then we end up arguing until the sun sets. And when the Geliovites are at wit's end, they come at us, and nothing ever gets solved. We managed to convince them to at least give us back half the pasture. But I know the whole bloody thing belongs to us. We can't just leave things like this.
Have you tried asking Lord von Burgos for help?
Of course, but he'd have none of it. He said it's up to the Trotskovitz bailiff to sort it out. But the bailiff couldn't care less. He said we should deal with Oldbrum ourselves, or he'll have us caned and clapped in the pillory.
And how did they take it from you?
Save, there's a my father, but then...
Well... What's new around here?
Vostatek. Lord von Beregov's huntsman is a regular here. He's got a cottage near Vidlak Pond. So if you know your way around the woods, you could go and offer him your help. I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. You could also stop by and see Old Mouth. He's the local storyteller. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things. But only if you bring him some liquor. Don't forget. I have some here to... And that's all, lads.
Sounds interesting. I'll have a look at the...
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then, eh?
God be with you.
Greetings. Do you need something?
People call you the Mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Zdeněk. Got that? What do people call you, bughead?
I'm sorry, Zdeněk.
Pleased to meet you. But you were right about the story. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make... Or would you prefer something so scary? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now, if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
I know quite a few stories. How about a trade?
All right, then. But if it's the one about the magic porridge pot, don't bother. And that story always...
I know a romantic tale about a knight, his lady love, and 3 impossible tasks he had to undertake to win her heart. He had to bring her the sweetest wine, tame the wildest horse, and make a crown with the rarest gem.
And then? What happened when he'd done all 3?
The lady of his heart showed her gratitude by giving him the most precious thing she had. And I'm not talking about gold.
Ho! A raunchy ending. That'll be popular with the lads round here. If I were you, I'd make it longer. To last a whole evening. Add a wicked stepmother, that sort of thing. It'll be a hit. And now, I'll tell you a tale in return. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
I'm far too old for fairy tales. Tell me a scary story.
Don't you worry. I've got just the one. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both wood. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one.
Good God.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest. He searched the pond again, And this time, he pulled out his own axe.
I reckon that was the right choice.
Well, quite. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes." Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck, so he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to put... Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck!" But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's great. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin...
Oh, that's so cruel.
Aye. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight, he stopped to rest by an old oak tree. And he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would... But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue. It wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe. So he started bashing the silver axe against a big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, with the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had them. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can...
That was a very nice
Story? What story?
Why hasn't anyone gone looking for...
Because it brings misfortune. Look for yourself. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The water goblin's pier is somewhere among the... But leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my... Take care, Henry.
It's quiet.
My God, what now?
Beleza, galera, vamos ficando por aqui com esse episódio. Se gostou, deixa um like, compartilha, se inscreve e valeu!